Anichkov Palace, I think. You didn't go there. You went to the Anichkov, I think. It's the White Palace. Yeah, okay. I remember. So now we're approaching the Neva River. You know that's the main river. Neva, yeah. Neva, we say Neva in Russian. Neva. Yeah, you know probably already, but I'm stuck in the city. I can't get home because of the bridges. But that's only in summertime, because the river is navigable. On the left-hand side, the main Academy of Arts, of Fine Arts. I mean that brownish building with white columns. Very, very prestigious academy. You need to be very talented to enter it. But we have many other academies and institutes of fine arts.
This wasn't an accident.
Because we call our city the cultural capital of Russia. And across the river you can see the yellow building which belonged to Menshikov, who was the right hand of Peter the Great. And by the way, there Peter met his second wife, Marta Skavronska, who became Catherine I. Yesterday you went to her palace in Pushkin. So originally it was put up for her, for Catherine I.
My film's not working. There's something wrong with my camera.
And also across the river they have buildings that belong to St. Petersburg State
it's broken.
University. About
it's not advancing. Something's wrong. Gotta start a new roll. It's busted.
And that green building is a philological faculty of the famous monument to Peter the Great, which was put up to the order of Catherine the Great. So we're approaching the Winter Palace, and no photo, no video. Please don't do that. Don't use your cameras there, because there are ladies sitting and saying "Нет, нет, нет." "Нет, нет," that means no. Yeah. Don't do that.
Where?
And our bus will leave us here in front of the palace, and it will be on the parking lot on the palace.
Oh, I forgot my bag. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
But you're not watching. You're looking straight ahead.
We're in the Palace Square. We're entering the Hermitage. So Janice, his camera is broken and she's about to try and find a portable. And the band is playing the national anthem in St. Petersburg. Are you listening? God bless America. Waiting to get into the Hermitage. Janice is not a happy camera.
No, camera broke, but oh well. Got my disposable. And hopefully with some luck we'll find more. I should have purchased more disposables. That's something to think about for another trip in 20 years.
20 years?
Bring several disposables. Now this is nice.
Ah.
This is Dr.
We got here early at the Hermitage and we're sitting here waiting.
Yeah, now this is better than American song.
You'd rather hear this?
Yeah.
Somewhere in my
life? If you want,
life?
I'll take the bag now because I have nothing to carry.
The Russian royal family, I mean the Romanovs. Just to remind you, the first Romanov, Mikhail Romanov, started to rule the country in 1613. Before him, there was another family that ruled the country, Rurikovichi. The portrait down there, if you're interested, you can come close and then go after me. Nicholas II.
Second?
That's his father. That's his grandfather, Alexander II, who was assassinated. Today I'm going to try to show you the highlights. So let's go for the time. Was something a copy of this king.
The first?
So he died in 1825. So he was our Tsar during the Polish.
Preceded by Catherine?
Labels on them. That's
Oh.
Paul the First, like the Peter and Paul Palace.
Oh.
They have their names in English. You can take a look and just film the real things. I want to be up so I can hear her.
Okay. Catherine the Great on both sides. Nice carrot. Nice carrot.
Excuse me. Is this one worth one of my pictures?
I don't think so.
You don't?
Yeah, I don't have underwear.
Silver exhibition. All on the banks of the Serbs.
European part of Russia from Siberia. Now there is almost nothing left, but in the Tsar's days they could excavate.
My goodness. Incredible.
Saint George,
Saint George Falls.
that, but Saint George was patron saint of the Russian army. So you can see Saint George slaying the dragon, white crown, marble baron. And even a symbol of Russia, double-headed eagle. On the stomach of the eagle, you can see Saint George slaying the dragon. So he was
Take care.
really
Good to
great
see you
saint
again.
in Russia. But right now, since not so many people are religious,
Original form.
This looks like the chandelier room.
I already mentioned this first collection of Catherine the Great, yes? 225 Dutch paintings that she got in 1764. So she ordered to put up this palace. She called it the small palace. You already know the meaning of the word. And this hall was redecorated at the beginning of the 19th century, and it's a style of eclectics. You see, and classical and Moorish style and the Baroque. And also you make actually here you have heard of relations by Dolphin, one of the paintings of Cathedral. And any guesses where the face was Okay, it's on the mushroom. If you see down there, do you see mushroom with Roman 9, I think. Yes? His book works still, so it's very old mechanism. So the peacock spreads its tail, the owl takes its head, rooster crows, bells ring, so everything moves. And they switch it on special occasions. So usually on Wednesdays. Yeah. And now we're starting looking at our Italian collection. About 800 paintings, more than 150 sculptures, and of course furniture, embracing the period from the 14th century Italy up to the 19th century Italy. Unfortunately, we don't have Giotto and Masaccio, those primitives. So the earliest exhibit here is down there. You can see a small icon. It's part of a diptych by Simone Martini, you see by the window. The other part of that diptych is in the National Gallery in Washington, Archangel Gallery. As for collections, most of them came from private collections of Russian nobility.
These are all famous paintings all together.
Could you please come closer to let the other book go? Of course, you notice those doors that were made in full technique that boils total shell and leather. But the main thing is more work by Leonardo da Vinci. There are only 14 paintings by Leonardo that exist in the world. That's why we're so proud to have this here. So this is from 1472, made by Leonardo da Vinci. It's called Madonna with a Flower, or Madonna Beanois, because it came from the collection of Beanois family. And you know, Leonardo was invented in different fields, so here he was the first one in Italy to paint with oils. And the other work is another picture.
Look at the doors.
At the end of his life. So he returned back to temporary technique, and Madonna is much more conventional, wearing blue and red. Not like Florentine, common Florentine girl on that painting. Yes? So now I'm going to show you the Hermitage Theatre. Yeah.
This is two original pieces that we found here.
This is the corner of the Hermitage Theatre, and I'm going to show you the main entrance to that theatre. And as for these paintings,
Hermitage Theatre.
these paintings, these are not so well-known artists as Leonardo, for example. So it's Rosso Fiorentino, Partormo, Giulio Romano. They lived at the same time as Leonardo, but they wanted to invent something new,
In case we didn't get it before, those were two Leonardo originals, Madonna and Child. They were very, very excited. They're gorgeous.
Russian rock family like to perform themselves. And very well-known people now have lectures there, like maybe 2 years ago, Mr. Forbes, that has all most of the Fabergés, he came here with Bristol Symphony, I worked with Bristol that day, and we came here and he had a lecture about how his father...
Oh my.
I have a question, have you been to Vatican? Yes, that's just paintings, original paintings here. And if you look
This is a
up
copy
there,
of the Raphael Loggia at the Vatican Museum. It looks exactly the same.
And now I would like to
This This is really. Look at the three-dimensional ones in pink up there. Do you see the 3D one? Before people were in them, did you see the display cases? What is this? Another Leonardo?
No, it's Raphael.
Oh, it's Raphael here.
Do you see the difference between those buildings and this one? See, it was made specially for collections. So we are already in the new Hermitage. Actually, this is the only building.
Too Raphael.
So this one is called the Holy Family, or Madonna with a Child and Beardless Joseph. You know, we got used to Joseph wearing beard because he was an old man, according to the Bible. But at that time, men in Florence, in Italy, didn't wear beard. So that's why Raphael depicted him like this. And we had one more Raphael before, Madonna Alba. That one was just sold, unfortunately, and it's in the National Gallery in Washington. When you go there and you see Madonna Alba by Raphael, you know that it came from the Hermitage. And as for this sculpture here, it was made by Lorenzo Lorenzetto, according to sketch of Raphael, and it's called The Dead Boy and the Dolphin. It was a part of a fountain. And as for the plates, dishes here, they are majolica, Italian majolica, mostly with portraits of girls. There was a tradition to give such plates to girls as presents. Now I'd like to show you one work by Michelangelo Buonarroti.
This is Michelangelo.
Of course, you understand we were also very proud of this exhibit. That's the only sculpture of Michelangelo we possess here, and it's called The Crouching Boy. Originally, it was intended for the engraving tomb of Medici family, and the unique thing of this sculpture is that it was made of a square piece of marble. So it was square, and you can see here genius of Michelangelo. That he could make a human's body.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
Maybe you heard those things.
We just went through the Italian collection, now we're coming to the Spanish collection.
Yes, that's Apostles Peter and Paul, and his male portrait. We have a Spanish collection embracing the 16th and the 17th century, but Spain is still very, very religious. So I will show you some more, and then we go to Rembrandt.
You want to point to El Greco?
The left two are both El Greco.
Wow. It's just another Spanish collection.
Can't hear her.
I've been watching it.
That's why he is depicted.
Should I take a picture of that?
But this painting is very interesting for us because it's very
before her death, because she was seriously ill. She died of pneumonia. That's why she's so pale. And this painting came as a gift from an American billionaire.
Stalin and Brezhnev, and quite often the second largest collection of Rembrandt after Amsterdam in the world. So we have 24 paintings, several sketches, etchings, drawings made by Rembrandt. And here I would like to show you one of the earliest paintings. This is the portrait of a young scholar, with some flowers and fertility. Flora. Probably heard that Rembrandt came to Amsterdam nobody allows to copy paintings here. And as for that painting down there, it's called the Naive. It's a Roman subject. But there is a story about this painting is that in 1985, just
that's right, I'm gonna wait.
some crazy Russian guy came here and put acid on that painting and found several times.
Rembrandt's room.
This way because you know they block us.
Purchased by Russian Emperor Alexander I during Napoleonic campaign from Empress Josephine, the wife of Napoleon, from the palace Malmaison. Yeah? So that's the center of the court. Unfortunately, Rembrandt's wife Saskia died at a very early age, 77 years after they got married. And Rembrandt was really depressed. He didn't want to live anymore. And he made such a painting, which is at the middle. Daily farewells, Jonathan. Jonathan, it's from
Rembrandt's wife. Self-portrait of Rembrandt. He's good.
Teníamos 26 maravillosos, los mejores del mundo, afuera de Nanda, claro. Es un orgullo de nuestra misión.
Return of the Prodigal Son by Rembrandt. Nobody commissioned this one. He did it on his own.
Hey, listen, would you call this Russian and around?
Yes. But you know what?
You've seen enough
It's like the
there,
Vatican Museum. She said if you spent 1 minute in each exhibit, you'd be here for, what'd she say, 18 years or something like that?
Yeah, it's
I mean, it's the floors, the ceilings, the furniture, the paintings, the vases, the tapestries.
Look at this one.
Malachite vases. I mean, where do you look for?
Look at this.
Notice the vases, the
These are all Peter Hooches.
Dutch.
Dutch.
Have a vase. Oh, you got vases of precious stones.
Small Dutch painters. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
Steve.
mostly the middle of the 1600s, like 1660s, so on. And as for landscape paintings, these are more
He says it's on a beer committee?
This one, you have to do it head on or you'll get all the light. So wait till they move over.
That's the way I feel at the end of the day.
At the end of a tour. Wait, you know what? We're getting our reflections in it. You're getting a reflection. This is used for their beer commercial, she said.
Rubens was a Flemish painter of the 17th century, just to remind you. And probably you got used to paintings by Rubens, huge ones, when he was just making a sketch and his pupils were finishing it. But here most of our paintings were made by Rubens himself. I would like to show you the Descent from the Cross, the feast in the house of Simon the Pharisee. People to the left from that red man were painted by Van Dyck, who was a pupil of Rubens. And the filial love, that's a Roman subject when a girl had to feed her father who was starving in prison. And Bacchus or Bacchus, see down there, one of the most favorite paintings by Rubens himself. So he kept that painting till the end of his life at home. And I would like to show you how Rubens looked like himself, because you probably think that he was also fluffy, like his, yeah, like his heroes. So up there you can see the portrait of Rubens with his son. So he was a very hardworking man, he was a diplomat, and yeah, he had many ways.
Actual portrait of Rubens and his son.
So now we go back to the Greek palace to see Impressionists and post-Impressionists. The paintings that is like
all Monet's.
Really?
These are, yeah, Giverny.
That's the water lilies.
This is the corner of his garden. You know the haystack at Giverny? Helen's got this one. Lady in the garden. This is where we were before.
Yes, we start from this room, we start with Renoir, and then we go all the way through Monet, then we go to Cézanne, Van Gogh, Gauguin, Matisse, Picasso, André Derain, and then we finish down there. I will go with you slowly, I will tell you about some things, but I'm quite...
Claude Monet.
It's Monet poppy field. Meadows at Giverny.
Where we visited. This is Cézanne.
Pizarro.
Oh, Pizarro.
That's Montmartre.
Omar.
Cézanne, the banks of the Marne. This one you know. Cézanne the smoker. You know this. You know this. Lady in Blue, Cézanne. Great Pine near Aix, Cézanne. The Blue Landscape, Cézanne. This is good. Van Gogh, the Arena at Arles.
You were at
We've
Arles?
seen this Memory of the Garden at Etienne, Van Gogh. You know this. You know these.
Still stares out.
Van Gogh, Lilac Bush. Which one? Let's go that one.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Cottages, Van Gogh.
Olson Yard. Yeah,
Want to know what it is?
I see.
It's a church. Gauguin, Woman with Fruit, extremely famous.
Well, that's one you know.
Very well.
These are all the originals.
Good. Good. I'm just looking for the ones that we know instantly.
This is Alexander's hall with some features of Gothic, because we don't have Gothic.
You see the critter here with his mouth open?
This is Henri Matisse.
I think they are.
Which one is that?
Lexington Gardens. I personally don't know these. Vase, Bottle, and Fruit you just did. Yeah, that's it. See all the tour buses? Matisse, get me. This is Matisse the Dance. Extremely, extremely famous.
Where did we just saw that?
We saw a smaller version of
These are all Matisse.
Matisse, but I don't recognize these.
Period of Cubism. Picasso.
don't know these.
He said these are old Picasso.
Cut. There you go. Yep.
Kandinsky.
Need a new desk?
Just put it in the den.
Here they had official receptions and so forth.
Official
And
reception.
as for paintings and things that range, like you can see several porcelain vases from several factories in France, and also some paintings by French painter Gil and
Pretty nice, huh?
and
Display cases, unless they have them all over.
We were never in this room.
Maybe we should dump our curio cabinet and start displaying our work like that.
Wow.
And here you can see the name of it.
That's a very good question, and you should talk about that from the past. As the Nazis, they never invaded St. Petersburg, you know that. They invaded the suburban palaces, suburban towns. But thanks for this palace survived, though Russians evacuated, of course, all the things, they wrapped everything carefully, wrapped them up, and took to Siberia to Novosibirsk.
Is this the red room?
I don't know. It's brocaded.
Sitting room.
The red
Sitting
room.
room.
Here I would like to show you one of the porcelain sets. This one was commissioned by Catherine Gray to Wedgwood. Have you heard that name? Yes.
Wedgwood.
Wedgwood English porcelain maker. And that was the same time Catherine and Wedgwood thing. So she used to commission things to Wedgwood. If you go to Peterhof, the White Dye was second abdicated, and the provisional government with Kerensky started to rule the country. And then in October 1917, when Lenin with Bolsheviks stormed the Winter Palace through the Palace Square. So the provisional government was sitting around this table on the 24th of October 1917. The battleship Aurora gave the black shot for the beginning of revolution. Bolsheviks stormed the Winter Palace, and the government was arrested, the provisional government. And that clock stopped at that very time, 10 minutes past 2, when it happened. Probably because of the shot of the cruiser. And Kerensky could escape. He lived in the States for some time.
And Russian communism started until 1989 and then 1991.
Look at this piece, the detail. Whoa, look at that vase.
You like the
I had
fireplace?
unlimited film when I take it. I've been seeing it. The wall.
Down there, if you need the rest,
It's the main staircase. We come in through the side door.
and turn left, you will see a very beautiful Versace door.
I'm sorry, my hand is clapped.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, Gil, he's going to...
Please.
I don't know who they are. The Six Horsemen of the
Notre Dame.
Hermitage, along with all the dudes up there and the gold dome. Did you? And there's St. Isaac's dome over there. Yeah, we lost it.
Our Lady of Kazan Cathedral dates back to 1811. It was put up by the Russian architect Voronichin, and in front of this cathedral there are two sculptures made by Orlovsky, a Russian sculptor. These are two figures of commanders-in-chief of the Russian army during Napoleonic campaign. Barclay de Tolly, the first one, and the other one is Kutuzov. You heard of the War and Peace by Tolstoy. Our Savior in the Spillblood Church, the Church of Resurrection.
That's a great shot, isn't it?
Yes. This is where Alexander II was assassinated, on the place of that church.
This
on the
is nice.
left-hand side, St. Catherine's Catholic Church. On the right-hand side, Ananov Jewelry Store. Kempinski Grand Hotel Europe 5-star hotel on the left-hand side, and deep in the street, the State Russian Museum, which is past. On the right-hand side, the Merchants Arcade, the biggest department store of this city, and it was a step of Passage department
That's right, there's
store.
Hollywood.
On both sides, two department stores here. So as for Merchants Arcade on the right-hand side, Alexandrinsky Drama Theater. On the right-hand side, Anichkov Mansion. You had your folklore here yesterday in one of the pavilions, in one of the houses of this mansion. It originally belonged to Fontanka River, or the Fountain River again, with equestrian statues on the bridge made by Claude. And
Claude.
on the left-hand side, you can see that kind of reddish building. Do you see it? It's the main tax office of the city. This is the building that we all don't like. Yeah. But we already took pictures also in scaffoldings as usually. And on one of the streets on the right-hand side, on Rossi Street, the shortest street of the city, there is a famous ballet from the Gulf of Finland to the rivers of St. Petersburg. That's how we get this flight. Also, there is a lot of rain in autumn. Yeah, those apartment buildings, mostly 1960s, 50s, or sorry, 60s, 70s, 80s. So quite new apartment buildings. And I'm quite sure residents on the Gulf of Finland. So this palace will be restored quite soon. I'm very, very sure. Also, they're maintaining the road because of that.
You want to tell me what we're looking at?
Janice's new camera in Peter's Palace.
How much was it? $8?
It was $8. That's not bad.
First he said 6.
Yeah. There's a nice.
There's Peter Horst. Peter Hoff, right?
Peter Hoff means Peter's Palace.
His summer palace.
Kitty Palace. Pretty flat.
She just popped her cork. That's pretty.
Can we ask? Can we get somebody to take us? Here's somebody. What are you doing, Phil? We're shooting into the sun, honey.
It's all right.
Is this picture?
Yeah. No.
I think you're shooting into the.
It took us. I know. I told you.
Doesn't matter with this.
Doesn't matter. I don't even know the answer.
We'll find out.
There's only rocks in the road, Gil, that could trip you.
Booties. Go ahead, let me see your booties.
He has the silk. This is from the royal family, a Romanov.
Yeah, right.
The Romanov branch of the family.
He also said that you have to develop your film here. New camera.
Actually, do the cooking right
No, I don't. 100 ruble camera, 200 ruble video camera. Miniature of the
And according to his speeches, I already said, we made the upper parts and lower parts and many pavilions here. So to the design of the Russian architect Rastrelny, you probably heard that name.
If you hurry, I can. Okay?
Yeah.
and photos, all the documents were evacuated, and according to them, and also specimen that survived, like of this Dutch tiles or gilded wood carvings, the restorers started renovating the palace, you can say. So down there you can see how they did this. So in 1958 the restoration work started, and they proceeded. But there you see typical baroque. That's the whole room, and also windows, mirrors, and concrete. So if you look at the paint, you have some paintings from that war. So she ordered to paint 12 of them, but the painter said that he had never seen a ship on fire. So Catherine the Great took a ship called Santa Barbara out to the Gulf of Finland and blew it up. So while it was burning, the painter was making sketches. Yeah, she could do that. Yes, so this is typical. It's called chessman, because that was made chessman. That's the collection of all shapes by Greek,
Janice, you know which room this
I
is?
call this the Christmas room, but I have no idea. This is the first time the guard has matched the room.
The guard actually matched the room, that's right.
And you know what? I'm telling you, and her hair was the purpley color of the chandeliers.
So we're gonna- She does. You're right, she does. She matches the room.
Did you take her picture?
I
Turn
did.
around.
I did.
Hard up.
Oh boy. Wow.
So this room is called the room for ladies in waiting. Once I was asked for the room, it was called ladies waiting for the empress to come to them, and they would dress up and exchange rumors and so on. So this room was intended for ladies in waiting.
Not going to bother with that. This isn't that good a room.
This is the
Now that's
dining
a
room?
nice little throne.
Yeah.
Can you hear me there? Yes, no? This is the white dining room decorated in classical style to the order of Catherine the Great. You can see her down there. Yes.
Nice china.
That's the bust of Catherine the
Well,
Great.
that's Catherine the Great.
And here the main thing is, of course, this porcelain set.
They did say she dressed in men's drag.
Commissioned by Catherine
Seats 22.
Have you heard of Wedgwood? Probably you saw one porcelain set in the
22, and they could probably put another two on the
So Wedgwood, he's actually
The chairs don't look very good.
22, huh?
Yeah, the chairs don't look so comfortable, though, I hate to tell
That's a
you.
good Sadie did.
Maybe you'd break one and get yelled at. It's pretty dark.
Next two rooms are from China.
They're Chinese rooms. We went from, that room was too light, this room's too dark. It's quite interesting, though. It's not going to photograph, it's too dark for me. You see that?
Wow.
Like neat things. Oh, the next room. The next room had maybe just right on.
Look at that.
I like the turquoise thing back there.
You said this is a Chinese room too?
Yeah, she said, oops, my shoe. Sorry, I tripped on my own shoe.
Look at this. Is this a unique room too?
They have schmatzes on the chairs.
Now we are in the picture hall. Those of you that went to Catherine's house yesterday, probably you remember similar hall there. Yes? That was a kind of fashion to have such rooms in the
I like the
palace
gold
of
pictures on the
nobility.
top.
So quite often these
Which one?
paintings were not
The gold
made
ones on the
artistic
very
style,
top.
but they were placed next to
pretty.
each other to provide the whole impression. Down there you can see
thought maybe it would show you the view from the room. Where are our last people?
So, now we are exactly in the center of the palace. View of the Grand Cafe. And the Marine Canal is used from the Gulf, connects the Gulf and the palace.
That's the Grand Cascade that we just filmed. We have a beautiful picture of that.
And actually, this is the final hall. The roof of the cafe is called Seven. Very important battle in the Swedish port. And now I have six senses. So seven million senses symbolizes Russia.
10 square centimeters takes a whole day. And
This is the Partridge drawing room. This is where Shirley MacLaine takes the Partridge family for their winter break. Shirley Jones.
portraits of girls here.
Close enough.
On the wall down there, you see portraits made by Gros. Gros was a French artist, very fashionable, and we don't know the names of these girls. They were
You see the harp?
And as for this girl, she was a graduate from Smolny Institute, the first secular school for women. This school was established in Meissen, and here in the middle of the Vatican Museum, French porcelain tête-à-tête set for
It was
Andrew
opened during the reign of Catherine the Great. And graduation ball took place here in this palace. And also they like to play music, so Catherine the Great like to play harp very much.
Somebody's asking about the furniture.
Nice bed.
I want to hear.
It's
It's all covered up though.
Here are some items from the
Vinogradov's porcelain, now it's known as Lomonosov porcelain factory. Dina and tea sets. Catherine the Great again. Who else? Yes, that's the portrait of the wife of Paul I, Maria Feodorovna. She was originally a German princess. She gave birth to 8 children, and she saw her husband and 2 sons ruling the country. And this is one of the daughters of Nicholas I. You probably remember St. Isaac's Square, the one that is on the horse on the square is Nicholas
This is a
I.
nice piece.
She had 3 daughters, so this is one.
trying to keep stethoscope, they use wooden knobs for it, and they use so the mechanisms are so good.
The bed chain.
No, I don't think it's that special.
Well, you
I like the table though.
like the table? Okay.
And the chamber pots used to be removed very quickly by servants. And the same here. So a maid could put a screen, and it was bedroom already. Just by one. Oops, they come.
Look at all this wood paneling.
But actually, they used to move from one palace to another also because no canalization, and at least they need to clean it. Because still they couldn't.
This is the back of the Petersburg Palace.
This is a nice view. Whoops, my I'll move out of your picture.
That's all the way down to the Gulf of Finland.
Two of us. Can we get the two of us?
Okay.
I'll ask them.
See where they are. Keep an eye out.
There's all kinds of things flying through the air. We don't know which way to go from here yet.
Now, how did you say how to remember?
This is a mini bath. We remember Peter's palace is yellow, like Peter. That's how we remember.
And also, lots of water.
Okay.
Sure.
You got it. Okay, say that. You want to get a maybe with the camera shot?
Did you want one of you?
Yeah, I actually would love one. I'm trying to get in as many of my own pictures.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah?
Excuse me. You want us over here?
Casa. She says it's casa, but it looks like caca. Okay.
We're 20 minutes late because the train driver blockades the tracks so the tour buses can't pass and then they can get paid off. Anyway, this is our greeting on the street where you live.
Look,
Here's where we
Crystal
live.
Symphony is not leaving yet either.
Well, that's because he got double. He got paid off by Constellation and Symphony. He's got a real deal going. And here's our guys. And you can actually follow me. I'm going to go on. We've done our possible.
Take 8.
We got the audio of the decks.
So what do you
Going up.
There's the Crystal Symphony.
Yeah,
They're
this
late.
is we're back in St. Petersburg at our ship.
Going up.
Deck 9.
We're home.
Today is Tuesday. Today is Wednesday. We've arrived in Helsinki, Finland. Can you tell the difference? Here come the buses getting ready for our city of Helsinki tour. Among others, not taking the steam train. I have a meeting at 3:30 today. Welcome Helsinki. I understand there was a bombing yesterday in Helsinki of the synagogue. Terrible. We'll see what's going on. There's no news on the news.
Very unique marble square here in Helsinki. And in front of us, this light blue building is the City Hall of Helsinki.
This is
That was in the past our first hall.
We're coming up to
And this very unique some years,
very hard to get
the part of
without a
the
glare.
Kingdom of Sweden. So if you look to the left, so you can see our President's Palace. It's a very small, very
the
cozy
President's Palace?
place.
You're kidding,
Inside,
this?
very beautiful.
Really?
And that was built as the palace for the Governor General in Russian time. Our president is not there because the flat Lutheran religion. 87% of all things are Lutheran. If you look to the right, you can see from harbors and our forts open. Those are very heavy ones. They need 3 times much energy as the same size as ordinary ship. But it was founded on the mouth of river Vantaa, and it was more architect Carl Ludwig Engel who also used the word in St. Petersburg. If you look now to the right, so you can see the Bank of Finland and the father of Finnish markka. We got this euro money in the beginning of this year. So you can understand that we have many people in Finland who don't like this euro money at all, because this and farmers, and they used to have their meetings inside this beautiful building. It's very nice decorated and painted also inside, and today it's housing our state festivities. The House of Estates is called this building. And we say that Helsinki is the white city of the Baltic because of this cathedral. It's Lutheran and 87% of...
This is the Senate Square.
Look at, they have regular machinery here, like normal people.
Like normal, how clean this
Russian,
is.
everything is immaculate. This is a square, there's not a piece of trash around.
This is Senate Square, and that's...
Let's get a picture of us before the crowds come.
And Tsar Alexander. He said he had a special affinity for the Finns.
I know, that's why in the back. That's the university?
Yeah.
Okay.
University, 60 women there.
Yeah, she said...
Now apartment buildings. Good. Now I forget what that was.
She said that's the university. That's part of the University of...
Like the Did you see there's another nice statue on the top over there?
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Figure out how you guys think we're going to find that hotel.
This is the inside of the church.
I'm still panting.
How many stairs did you go in?
About 60.
You counted them?
And they're very steep. Look, what's interesting is the layout. You can sit in 4 different corners.
Mm-hmm.
Look up there at the organ.
Oh, that's beautiful. I've forgotten what she said it was, but how about a mausoleum?
I don't know what it is. It's got nice little drawings on the top.
We're going to Sibelius's memorial.
Get closer, you can see more. Hi.
Hi.
This country is so clean. It's immaculate.
How clean
Everything's
is it?
painted. There aren't crowds of people. They have a low population density. There are flowers. It reminds me a little bit of San Francisco around here, but not quite as hilly.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, should we count?
Janice descends. She's not anxious to go down the central stairwell without a...
Some Swedish sportsmen told him that he is not amateur anymore, that he's a professional sportsman, and he didn't like it at all, and he stopped his career. And he was also in a very good condition at that time. It was pity.
We should have us in it. We're at the Olympic Stadium, 1952 games. Over there, where the man's posing for the picture, is the Flying Finn, who lit the torch at, I think, the 52 games.
Right.
I think they said they built the stadium in 1940 because the games were going to be here.
He won 9 gold medals and 2 silver medals in long distance running.
And they don't have runners anymore. She said they built the stadium.
Unhappy man when he died in 1977.
They built the stadium in 1940, but then war broke out and they didn't have them, so they used the same stadium for 52.
Can you see the rings on the stadium?
No.
Oh
yes, I do. Now they're on the white.
Yes.
Golden medals in long distance running in the Olympic Games on the right hand side.
Oh, that's quite a different stadium.
And next Friday we are going to have this 15th anniversary festivities in the arena.
This is the 50th anniversary of the Helsinki Games, 1952.
So 82% of all women in Finland are employed outside the home. The nature itself is very important here, and here have been planted heather plants and trees and so on.
Beautiful. There's
And
the
the
entrance.
president is living on the right hand side. You can see only the fence and the gates building. And that new modern president's residence is situated by the sea.